I'm not entirely sure what this video is going to look like. I'm still trying to think of everything I want to say because I took a little bit of a break because I was just dealing with so many life things. I feel like I've lived like 7 different lives in the past 3 months. Hello, welcome back to this channel. My name is Madeline. If you're new here and if you've been here for a while, hello again. I took a little bit of a break because I have just been trying to work on myself and I've been like learning all these things and trying to figure out how to integrate it into my life. And so I took a much needed break because I was feeling like my outer world was so chaotic and I didn't even know how to handle what was going on with me internally. And so I'm practicing vulnerability here, and I want to talk to you all about my journey and what's been going on and have an open discussion about all this stuff. So for the past few months, I've been practicing using my intuition and using my intuition alone. So for me, that meant in the morning, I would take Violet with me and we would go on these adventures where I wouldn't have my phone on me or I would turn it off. And we would go on walks, we would drive, but I would just go wherever it felt nice. I'm like, yeah, let's turn down here. Oh, that's a pretty plant. Let's go down that way. And I would always end up in nature in these spots that I never even knew existed. And I've also been learning a lot about space and quantum physics and sacred geometry and astrology. And I've been playing around with how I look, so like my style and everything. So my friend Jane, I wanted her to just chop off my hair. So I've just been experimenting over the past few months and seeing what sticks and what I like and what I don't like. And at the beginning of the year, I started meditating every day, and I learned transcendental meditation back in 2016, but I never stuck with it. But I'm one of those people who sticks to my New Year's resolutions. It's when I went vegan and stopped buying fast fashion and all that stuff. Earlier this year, I was just feeling like everything was really chaotic in my life, and like things were happening to me as opposed to for me. I was in that headspace and I was sort of spiraling downwards, which was really scary because I didn't feel like myself at all. And so it just got to a point where I was like, I needed to turn inwards. So I spent a lot of time by myself and a lot of time working through like old thoughts that I had and old stories that I was hanging on to. And I ended up having this huge epiphany one night, and it sort of led into all the stuff I told you about, which is me sort of experimenting and playing around. But yeah, I had a spiritual awakening end of March, and earlier in the day I met up with a friend, and I was sort of like talking about everything that was going on, and just feeling really anxious about money, relationships, just work stuff. And she asked me to tell her my old story and then to tell her my new story. And I think there was something really powerful in that because that night I had this huge awakening, and it made me realize that I'd been taking on so much stuff that like wasn't even mine. And so I've just been like taking the time to like undo all of this stuff, which can be really scary, but there's also something that's like really empowering about it too. And the big epiphany I had was that we're all creators of our own reality. And that was really freeing for me because I hadn't been taking responsibility, or I was placing blame on circumstances outside of myself. And having that huge epiphany, that spiritual awakening, that realization I had, it just made me realize that I need to work on my internal stuff, like my internal dialogue, and like protecting my thoughts, because that affects your outer. And so yeah, I've been learning about all of this stuff, and getting into astrology, like I said, and quantum physics and sacred geometry and stuff, which has been super fun. And I would love to talk more about it if you all are interested in it.
MUBI has a playlist on their platform called Pride Unprejudiced. This is all of their queer cinema in one place, and they have everything from comedies to a 5-way lesbian sitcom called Girlfriend and Girlfriends. There's also a film I got to watch last month in theaters called The Five Devils. It has the same woman from Blue is the Warmest Color. It's a queer, witchy film, which is really fun. So go check out their selection of Pride films this month. If you love cinema as much as I do, go to MUBI.com/Madeline to try out MUBI 30 days free. And thank you so much to MUBI for sponsoring a portion of this video. Right, exactly. So when you have heart and brain coherence, you're able to make sound decisions because you aren't in fight or flight anymore. You've basically slowed your body down enough to be able to give yourself space inside of you so that you can think clearly and think from the heart rather than from your analytical left brain. But yeah, because everything in life needs pauses.